Okay. You saying it's upsetting?
Yeah.
Are they talking about it all over the public about what exactly is going on with him?
Mm-hmm.
The guy
Mm-hmm.
Aguilera, was it Aguilera Moreno? Is that what it was the name of it?
Yeah.
What were you saying about him?
It's just so saddening how people are so against him.
Yeah, they're thinking they should take some responsibility. We have the we had a live
Some
about it last night.
responsibility, but that's going beyond.
Hmm?
I like they should take some responsibility, but that's like going beyond. Like,
We had a live about it last night. YouTube. Good evening, guys. Good evening. How is everyone doing today? Hope everyone is well. Oof, day after tomorrow is New Year's already. We're almost there, man. We're almost there. 2022, 2021 is a wrap. Almost a wrap. We got one more day, and then it's time for a new year. You got New Year plans? What's your New Year plans anyway?
mine,
Yeah, what are you gonna be doing?
I'm going to college.
You go to college. You're right about that, but that's further up in the year, though, right? That's further in the year. That's not until like a whole next year, like a whole 12 months from now.
um,
Maybe 10. Maybe
more
10.
like 6.
Octavia, good evening. How are you? Coach Leslie, happy New Year's to you. Oh, you said more like 6 months? No,
Yeah.
it's more than 6 months. Hey guys, jump on in. Wanted to touch base this evening. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is doing well, of course. Lindor, hello. How are you? We're just here having a conversation about a Delta flight out of Tampa that was going over to Atlanta. So yeah, I wanted to jump in here and talk about that today. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it was a Delta flight, leaving Tampa International, going over to Atlanta, and during the meal service, one of the passenger went to the bathroom. Now, when the passenger went to the bathroom, she, came back a few minutes later. And of course, the meal service is going on for those of you that fly, so you know that there's not enough space in those aircraft. So her seat was being blocked. So she said, she wanted to get by, and of course, you have those meal service. You're moving from one lane to another. So of course, the air hostess said, "Can you sit somewhere else?" I asked her, "Can you sit somewhere else for the time being until she's finished with the meal service?" Of course, the passenger responded, "What am I?" She said, "What am I?" You know that? She said, "What am I, Rosa Parks?" And I'm like, "Wow, not even who am I, Rosa Parks, but what am I, Rosa Parks?" is what she was asked. So of course, um, one of the other passenger in the airplane didn't make it much easier because they responded and they said, number one, you're white, and number two, this is not Alabama, and number three, we're not on a bus. So of course, with that response, this lady, last name Cornwall, I think Patricia Cornwall is her name. She responded. And then another passenger and her start to get into argument. It ought to escalate, and then of course the punching in the head. So she punched the guy in the head, allegedly punched the guy in the head, which is he's like an 80-year-old guy, and spat on him. So of course they said Cornwall swing with a closed fist, and then you can see visible injuries on him also, according to the complaint that was filed. Of course, you know that the feds control the skies in the United States. So any aircraft that's up, it's under the jurisdiction of the federal government. So when the plane landed in Atlanta PD stepped in, and of course they picked her up, you know, and then after that, the feds came in to get her. So Cornwall was actually arrested and charged, and she was released in a $20,000 bond. That's a lot, right? You'd think for someone, but then when I realized she was also a Baywatch, I think she was on Baywatch. Was it on Baywatch?
She was an NFL cheerleader.
Mm. She was an NFL cheerleader, and she was also on some movie, I think Baywatch, back in the day. So yeah, so I guess that's the reason why her bond was so high on 20,000 bond. Now Delta also said this is a rare occurrence, but I actually did some research, and maybe for Delta, it's probably a rare occurrence. But when I looked at the FAA website, they're reporting that there's 5,033 unruly passenger case just this year alone, up to November, not counting this month of December. And also we had 3,642 mass related. So it might be something small for them, but at a whole, it's a lot. There's a lot of unruly cases in the sky at 40,000 feet. So I'm just asking, man. I'm just wondering what's going on with us these days. Where's the humility and self control? We don't even have that anymore. Good evening, guys. Hello, screen storyteller. How are you? So yeah, where's the humility and self control? I'm just wondering where's that these days. And I'm here tonight asking some questions. It's one of those questions that I have two, three, four. See what you guys think about it. What would you guys have done if I wouldn't say if that was you, because at 80 years old you're not as strong, but if that was your grandparents sitting there in the aisle beside you and someone starts swinging them, what exactly would you guys have done? Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. So let's see. Octavia said, "Allah," shaking my head. Screen story says, "Okay." Lightbulb says, "OMG, so ratchet behavior." Yeah, we're having we're having a lot of these ratchet behavior these days on the flights. I'm telling you, it's not just, I don't know, man. Is it the COVID? Is it that because we were locked up for so long inside the house? Now that we're out, we're acting a fool. Well, I have to wonder. Peaches Royal, what's up? You know, Lightbulb says, she's on the watch list now. you know we don't have any humility anymore, man. But then I realized, when I did some more research, I realized that she's been in a few trouble herself. She was arrested in LA, for some drunk driving history back in the past. She have a history of violence also, and outbursts. Even down in Florida, she had a situation with the Florida Highway Patrol. So it's been all over the place. It's been reported all over the place how she got into even domestic violence with some in-laws of hers out there in Cali. So yeah, it's what do you guys think? What do you guys think if it was your grandparents, sitting in the aisle beside you? How would you guys handle that? What would be the response? Is where I'm. Hello, T. Good evening. It's where I want. Is where I'm bringing this conversation. Not you got a 80-year-old grandmother. What would you have done?
Well, my response would have not been very nice.
Would not have been really nice, but it wouldn't be violent, right? Maybe you just lock her up and put her in the back of the plane.
Maybe.
There was a passenger also, guys, that was on the airplane that was nice enough to help the air hostesses, to control her and have her sit in the back of the plane with him. So that was good. She popped out one of those things and started to what was her vapors? He popped out one of those vapors and started to smoke, inhale the vapor there. But I figured, hey, at that point, you're not even supposed to inhale vapor or bring vapor on the airplanes. But at that point, you just want the situation to be calm at 40,000 feet. So that's where I'm at. And the next question I have also: do you guys think we should arm the flight crews? I didn't say with what. I'm just saying, do you guys think we should arm the flight crews? What do you think? A taser? Give them a taser or something. Give each one of them a taser. You guys think it's a good or bad idea? We just have too many incidents, man. 5,000 incidents in 1 year. That's just a lot at 40,000 feet. And supposedly a lot of us are afraid of flying, or maybe we give up on that notion. Now we're just accepting it as what it is. But do you guys think we should arm them with tasers, the flight crews? Because I think a long time ago we were thinking about pilots and guns, and because it's just too many cases, too many things are happening. Sean, good evening. How are you? Sean, we're here having this conversation, man, about that flight out of Tampa. That went to Atlanta. We're just wondering if we should arm those flight crews with tasers. See what you guys think. What are your opinion on that? What do you say, Natty? Don't arm them. Arm them. Don't. They said one. Sean is saying 1 in 5 flights have the occurrences of unruly behaviors.
Lately, I believe that.
Is that lately, or it's always been like that? It's lately, because I hear a lot. I hear a lot recently regarding
TikTok and very much at least twice a week you find a video of someone like being crazy in a flight or in an airport.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point it has to stop, right? Because it's already hard enough that you're flying 40,000 feet and people are, being unruly on the airplane. So I don't get that. He said lately. He said lately. Okay, I got you. Yeah, no, because I'm thinking, man, we have to do some changes with that. So it's either give the air crew, this air stewardess or the flight crew, guns, or give them tasers. I think tasers would be more likely, because at least you can control it. And maybe they should give them. They don't have tasers with those fingerprint sensors in them yet. No, not yet. Where it can only be used by the person that it's assigned to. The technology is not there.
I'm not
Man,
sure.
we have so many other things. We can pinpoint where people location at down to the meters, and we don't have something like that. Yeah, maybe we need something like that, guys. What do you think? Oh, he said since COVID began, this is what has been going on. Um, 1 in 5 cases. Yeah, the FAA website is reporting 5,033 unruly passenger cases just in this year alone, up to November 2nd of this year. So it's not like it's a long time ago. A month ago, they're reporting that. I'm not sure between November 2nd to now, how many more cases has been floating around. Sean is also saying they say flight attendants are trained to look for people who can help if the situation arises. Yeah, but sometimes it's not working. Sometimes I think they need a little bit more help because right now in this case, what if you don't find that person that can help you in that situation? You should be able to have that taser and just go to work. One of those taser that fingerprint sensor and just put it to their neck and put them to sleep. At least they can sleep for a few minutes. That means, why are you laughing? At least they can sleep for a few minutes. I mean, I'm just saying. We have to protect the better good. So we're thinking about the people in general. I mean, some people might not 100% agree with me, but at the same time, you prefer, to have to be able to control the passengers, right? And control the airplane, rather than to have people just rolling around the airplane doing whatever they want when they want, and then making it more dangerous for everybody else. Because remember, we might be just thinking about the passengers at 40,000 feet, but keep in mind, below us or below whoever is flying from that 40,000 feet, we have our buildings and most of the time buildings and areas that can cause a lot of destruction. So we can't keep having unruly passengers in these aircraft. What do you guys think? You guys think we should arm them or not? Think we should arm the passengers or not? Should the flight crew get tasers? Because I'm telling you, Natty, I don't know if it's the mask. To be honest, you think it's the mask? Maybe it's the mask, guys.
I mean, most of them is because of mask mandates and other people around them obviously want to keep like themselves protected, and they are
Sure.
asking them to like put their mask on if they want to. But there's also like people fighting for anything.
Yeah, but is it the mask mandate?
I mean, that's basically how it started.
Hello, Alejandro. How are you? No, yeah, I'm saying maybe it's the mask mandate that's affecting their brains or something because obviously this thing keep happening, or just the fact that they were locked up in the house for over a year or two. Because I mean, these are just some weird occurrences that I mean, I understand there were issues on the airplane before, but now it's increased a lot. Let me see what is Let me see what they're saying here in the comment. This is this. She pick on the weak. If it was someone else, she might be replacing some teeth. Princess Royale is saying I agree with TR because the way I am set up, she would have kissed the floor. Uh, Definitely, and she's picking on someone. But I don't know, man. I don't know what do you guys think? Throw in the comments here. Let me know how you guys feel about this one. If what did Sean said? What is Sean talking about? Let's use I do believe there should be some sort of holding, as well as something to help them other than zip ties. I'm telling you, Sean, this is the way to go. The tasers with the fingerprint sensors. I'm telling you, our cars are almost flying. Our cars are self-driving all the time. You figure we have a lot of self-driving car, even though it's not totally allowed. But you see, all these car companies are going towards a self. The technology is there. Just put the fingerprint on the taser and assign it to each one of make it where you have a computer chip where you have 1 2 3 4 5. The technology is there. Not you're laughing, but the
I'm
technology
not laughing
exists.
about that. I'm laughing about
The
the
comments, no, I'm serious. The technology exists, guys. What do you guys think? Am I crazy or not? I'm telling you, put the fingerprint in, assign it to all the 3 or 4 air hostess that's on the airplane, and then say, okay, you are the only one can use that taser. And then when you had unruly passengers, or you think their civil liberty is gonna be
I think yeah, because
I think
there's
that's civil.
many states that don't like if you use a taser, like
Hmm.
it's illegal to use tasers and these type of weapons like pepper spray and things like that. It's illegal. So to make it legal for a
Hmm.
flight that's
Sure.
gonna be like around the whole country,
Yeah.
is
But it's the federal government though that governs the airplanes and all of these flights that are flying over the country. The states are out of it at that
Yeah,
point.
but
So maybe you could make something like that where it's just one of those things. Let's see what let's see what you guys are saying in the comments about this. See how you guys are responding. They should put a big sign saying federal prison. What? Federal prison don't have Wi-Fi. You think the light bulb says that? You believe they can't survive without Wi-Fi? Hey, listen to this one, light bulb. They put a big sign already, and it's written that it's $37,000 fine for you to misbehave if you're found guilty on these airplanes, and people are still doing it. It's 5,033 people unruly passenger last year or just this year. So just imagine, and that's a possibility of $37,000. People just have money out here thrown away. See what else you guys are saying in the comment. Um, hmm. Let's see. Octavia is saying, laugh out loud. Yeah, they're breathing in too much CO2. Yeah, that might be right. Might be right about that one. But they behave. Let's see what Sean is saying. Thankfully, the guy who helped him in that situation was trained to handle those type of situations, as he was a bouncer at a club sometimes before. He read that guy was a bouncer. Oh, okay.
He worked in security in like clubs and restaurants in New York.
Okay. Well, you see, Sean, that was good, but how many times are we going to find those people that are bouncers? That got those big muscles. But you can always have the tasers in your back pocket. You'll be okay. Cello, good evening. How are you? Let's see what else you guys are saying. I'm not condoning violence, is what TR is saying, but she has some triggering behaviors. Yeah, she sure do. I mean, she has a history. Some stuff that happened over in LA, and the stuff that happened down in Florida. So yeah, she do have some history. But that's why I'm wondering if it's just mental health is real, man, or maybe it's just the time right now that we're locked up for so long in this COVID situation that we're just concerned. Like, man, what do we do? What should we do? See, Peaches Royale says, I think 2 uncover marshals should be on all flights, one in the front and the other one in the middle of the aircraft. For a while after 9/11, we were doing that. We thought about doing it. I'm not sure how many of them are, doing that nowadays, because at the same time, it's costly. Airplane flight costs a lot less these days as before. Fuel is more expensive, so the margin is small when it comes to these airlines. They have a lot of responsibility, and then, all the insurance, I would imagine, that's involved. So maybe they're figuring it's not cost effective to have, based on the amount of cases. It might not be cost effective to have, air marshal in each flight. Maybe the international ones, because they're going so far. But these local ones where you can jump on these, small aircraft, these dollar aircraft, I would call them. You're paying $49 or $59 or even $29 flight. See where you get money to pay for that stuff. But let's see what else you guys are saying. Sean is saying, at least you won't be flying or traveling again, other than by car, even ever again. And they revoke her passport and ban her from flying. Maybe this is the way to forget the fine. Well, I guess you can afford the fine, the 37,000, and banning her from flying might be a good thing. But you can always jump on the train. You do have the train system in this country that still work. It might be slow, but it still work. Or driving a car, or the Greyhound buses. There's a way to do it. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Undercover. Yeah, undercover. Peaches is correcting herself. High five. Yeah, laugh out loud. Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, what do you think, Natty? No, banning her is a good idea from the airplane.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, who else would like to see these women
No.
on their flights, and then they're gonna like, oh my god, what the hell?
Now she was on the movie, so she can hire private jet now, right? But she might not be doing that on private jet.
Those people,
Mhm.
I don't think they make that good of money.
Oh, you don't think they made that
I
good
don't
money?
think she's doing that good of money, like cash anymore.
Oh,
To like
okay.
hire a private jet, I think that's for good millionaires.
Felipe Galvez says elbow bump. What's up, dude? How are you? Semena, good evening. How are you? Yeah, so that's where I'm at, guys. That's where I'm at with this one. What do you guys think, though? Nobody's telling me what do you guys think exactly. What would you have done if this was your grandmother? And then, do you guys believe they should be arming those flight attendants? What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like we should be arming them with tasers? I'm not saying give them guns. If it was my world and everybody lived in it, I would say, yeah, give them guns. But I'm just saying, give them tasers. It's not my world. I know. I know. What do you guys think about that? Huh? Should they get tasers? Should they be armed with tasers? The flight attendants, at least, I mean, they're walking around with because look at what she was doing. She wasn't doing much. All she was doing was serving the drinks and the food, like she's taught to do. And it's as simple as, hey, excuse me, I need to get back to my seat. But at the same time, you saw a lot of open seat and you saw her serving the food. So why don't you just go ahead and sit right there and wait? She shouldn't even need to tell you this stuff. Common sense should tell you that, right?
I think that the taser might not be a bad idea
Okay.
because, like, what happens if you have a schizophrenic passenger on a
Sure.
flight,
Okay.
or paranoid,
Sure.
or something who has like a really bad like mental health issue,
Sure.
and in one moment they just stand up and open a door? I mean, I know they can't do that,
Yeah.
but what if, like, for some reason, or they try to like threaten the pilots and stuff like that? They honestly, they should have better security in planes.
In planes.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought after 9/11, we thought they were going to have great securities. I mean, man, they had it for a little while. I'm just not sure about right now. Cello said they should carry guns. Cello, people are saying the guns are a little bit too much, man. Give them tasers, not guns. Guns save lives too. No, I agree, Cello. Guns save lives. Guns are not killing anyone unless you're shooting it, unless someone behind it is shooting it. But I mean, I get it. But on the airplane, they said you're flying around and in a long tube, 40,000 feet, you and about another 600 or 700, passenger up there. I say, give them tasers, something that you can more control. Because if you shoot, remember, you can shoot through and then through the airplane also. And then now everybody's going to die because the airplane is going to come all the way down. With tasers, more control. At least, you hit the plastic on the side of the airplane on the inside. You're not worrying about shooting a bullet through the side of the airplane. So that's the only reason why I'm saying don't give them guns. I'm saying give them tasers because tasers can put them to sleep. But now you're going to have all these lawyers and the ACLU. They're going to start, civil liberties and, this. So this is where we're going to go. It's going to be locked up in court for a while and saying, you can't do that. It's inhumane. But at the same time, if the airplane fall out the sky and we keep having these problems with, unruly passengers, especially 5,000 in 1 year, it's a lot.
Yeah, they definitely need better security.
Cello says, or pepper spray. Says pepper spray would work. Pepper spray sounds better than the taser.
Yeah.
I think we should definitely work with a taser. I think the taser, because the taser, you can control the amount of electricity that goes into the person.
I think pepper spray would do less damage than a taser because not everyone can handle
the shock of a taser.
Yeah, can handle the shock of a taser, but then pepper spray would like stop you, and it's only like affecting your eyes. Like a taser, it might be more dangerous in the wrong hands than pepper spray.
TR says, with that type of behavior, she's even dangerous in car. She's even dangerous in a car.
I mean, he's right.
No, she's right. Yeah, because even down in Florida, remember, she was backing up the car, with the Florida State Patrol, and she had a blood alcohol level that was high. She refused the breathalyzer test down in Florida, even in the car. She refused the breathalyzer test, and I think she was arrested because of the same thing. So yeah, you're right. She might have a point there. She's even dangerous in car. Let's see what else you guys are saying. And apart from the pepper spray, Peaches Royale says, I agree. No guns mid-flight. Lord, no. That's why I'm saying no guns mid-flight. I think I don't think the pepper spray either is gonna do. It's not gonna work fast enough, is what I'm thinking. You don't know? Let's see. TR is saying the day they start arming flight attendants with gun is the day I stop flying. You hear that? We are still trying to figure out, I guess she's saying we're still trying to figure out the gun thing here on the ground.
That's true.
That's true. That's true because of so many problems with the guns. So many problems with the guns here on Earth, and then or here on the ground. And then we're at 40,000 feet messing around with the guns. Yeah, you're right. That might be problematic. That's why I'm disagreeing with the gun thing. Cello says it's the gun. He's the only one that's saying it's the gun. We know guns save lives, Cello, but I think definitely the taser is going to be better in this one.
It's just such a small space.
It is a small space.
And too many people.
Too many people is a small space. Yeah. Very true. Very true. And then remember, just a one hole through the window or through the side of the airplane, it's coming down. So yeah, it's definitely Sip with D. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. How are you? Oh, Sip with D says, did you see the truck driver sentence reduced to 10 years? 10
Was it
years?
actually?
I thought his court case, Sip with D, I thought his court case was on the 13th. It's not the 13th yet. How did they reduce it without him going to court? I missed that one, Sip with D, if that's the case, because I did this short video yesterday and it was regarding that same guy, Aguilera Mederos, and he was supposed to go to court on the 13th of January. Yeah, he was supposed to go to court on the 13th of January. I'm gonna have to look in that, Sip with D. Hey, how are you? But yeah, no, I thought that was on the 13th of January. I wasn't looking out for anything until the 13th of January. So if they reduce it to 10, I know he must be jumping for joy. At least for now. He's a green card holder. So that might be a problem
No, they
afterwards.
reduced it 10 years less. So now it's 100 years instead of 110.
Ah, okay. Natalie's telling me here, Sip with D, that they reduce it 10 years down. So he's only getting 100 years now, not 110. We'll see. The
Oh,
court
no,
get.
no, no. Wait,
Oh, what
it
is it?
might be 10 years.
It's 10 years?
I think so. But
No, okay. I'm gonna have to look into it, Sip with D. Don't hold me on this one tonight. I'm gonna check on it. I didn't get an update on that one today, but I just thought because the court case was on the 13th, which is January, just 2 weeks from now. I didn't know they were gonna make a decision before then. How did they call it emergency session or something? Yeah, I'll get back to you with that one, Sip with D. Just any good evening. How are you? I'll get back to you with that one. I'm not not sure about that one, so I'll get back to you. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's see here. Laurie Mensah is saying, them flight attendants better self-defense and learn how to fight back. No, fight back and self-defense, definitely. You can learn that, but at the same time, you can still have people beat you. And when you're that far up, I mean, I don't know if you want to be doing too much of that. Give them the taser and let them just go to work with a taser. It's gonna, make them not able to. It's gonna definitely just put them to sleep, and they can sleep for a couple of hours or maybe an hour until we get to the next location. I just think self defense is not going to work because you might be fighting a guy that's just as crazy as anyone else. You might be fighting a guy that has been a black belt for many years. And how do you control him? No, you want to be far from them. You want to be sending that electricity and far from them so you can actually control what you're doing. So that's why I'm saying that the self defense thing, I'm not sure if that's going to work too much, Lori. Let's see here. See here what you guys are saying. Thank you, Sip with D. I'll check that out when I get off this live. Appreciate that very much. Oh, Catherine Galvez. Hey, how are you? Good evening. Okay, she's saying laugh out loud. Yes, check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out, Sip with D. I'll check it out later on. I'll see what's going on. Because unless they did an emergency session or something, that would be a quick
they're talking
change.
about someone named Paulius. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So Sipudi is saying, yes, because some flight attendants go through so much and it's scary for them too. I agree, Sipudi. This remind me of, the teachers and the firemen and, they're so underpaid and they have to deal with all that responsibility because it's not an easy job. They have to be leaving their family behind, flying all over the place. I mean, it might be cool the first week or two, but just keep going, and you have to deal with different people from different walks of life. And human beings, man, we're not the easiest to deal with.
And they're very smart, aren't they? Like, don't they need to have, like, most of them are more, like, bilingual and know, like, more languages because they, like, just fly around the whole world. So they
Very true. But they do have a few of them that they fly just here in state, and then they also have the other ones that fly outside of the country. So I guess maybe maybe it's one of those things. But I just believe that they're underpaid. That I'm sure of. I know a friend of mine that she just finished and she's gonna become a flight attendant. She just got moving one of the airlines, and the same thing when they tell you the salary you're gonna make, and be like, really? But I think what they're doing, they're just basically trying to charge the flights that you're gonna get for free into your salary. That's what they're doing. They can't tell me anything else. You do the math. I'm telling you, it's like public servants. They don't get paid well, like the those official. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the comment. Peaches Royal say, I've seen a flight attendant treated like on a plane. It was bad. The disrespect is unreal. Yeah, the disrespect is unreal. I agree. It's tough. It's a tough job that they're doing. It really is a tough job, and we need them because especially on those long haul flights, So they're you don't realize they're getting their teeth punched out on the line, or on the planes also. All this stuff that's happening, and then look at the most recent one. People are not responsible when they go on the flights. They go on, they feel like they're carrying, like they said. They feel like they're entitled to all this stuff. You need to be jumping for them, and if you're not doing that, then they start to act out. And I don't want anybody acting out at 40,000 feet. Luckily, so far with all the flight I've done, I haven't had one of those situations. Let's keep it going. Let's keep knocking on wood. I'm gonna have those smooth flights. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. They need to start using the no flight list more effectively. That's what Laurie Mensa is saying. The no flight list, they're using it because I imagine when you're on the no flight list, you come up into the system. You can't even buy an airplane ticket. So I'm pretty sure they're using it. It's just there's more and more incidents that's happening. That's why I was asking earlier. I wonder if it's just the part that is the fact that we were in the house locked up for 18 months to 24 months. We're not used to that. You know how many divorces were happening and all these people that was because people are not used to even seeing their significant others. You come in, you leave, oh, here's the kids, here, there's the dinner and they're gone. One work in the morning, one work in the afternoon. So I'm wondering if that was the deal, if just because of all the stuff that was going on, that's the reason why, we're seeing this thing right now. There's an increase in the amount of people that's on these airplane acting up. Seems like it to me, but I'm not sure because look, even at the mask, 3,642 mask-related cases because people don't want to wear masks on federal flights or even on any airplane in federal buildings. We might not like it, guys, but laws are the laws, and we live in a nation of laws. So we have to just respect the rules and laws. What would we do without rules and laws? We don't want to know. Let's see here.
I also think
Go ahead.
the airlines should be like giving more money to the people who have to go through this type of stuff. Because what I read in the article, they were just giving like $50 to the whole flight.
And
And
then
for this occasion, okay, it's not that big a deal. But I remember the guy that I told you was like
sure,
doctored to his seat
yeah,
because he was like harassing women on the
sure.
plane. And those type of they surely should be like getting more from the airline.
Only
As
only
an
50.
apology. Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Okay, but the guy that was helping, he had an additional 150,
Yeah,
right?
he had an
Because he was face on with the situation. With it. That's the flight out of Atlanta that went to Tampa, guys. What we're talking about. So yeah, the guy that was helping to control, the lady there in the back, Cornwall. Then he was given, I think he was given 50, and then another 150, which I don't think is a lot. I don't think it's a lot, for helping out. But I guess he helped out the air stewardess. Make where we
Did
at?
you go and
There we
say
go.
that we're in
There
trouble?
we go. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, guys. Am I back? I think I just lost my broadcast for 2 seconds. I'm back
Yeah,
or
you're
not?
back.
Okay, great, great, great. So yeah, that's the thing. Um, let's see what else they're saying in the comments. Princess Peaches Royale says earlier flights are better. People are still sleepy and will sleep. You might be right about that, Peaches. But when you're flying across the Pacific, you're gonna see night and day, and then you're gonna get to night again. So it's gonna be so even though the flights are earlier, they might work for the short flights that are here in the states. When you're going to places like Sydney or even New Zealand, you're flying for easily 19, 20 hours. So there's only so much you can, there's only so much you can do as far as that night thing is concerned. You can only do night so much. Exactly what is what they do is ban you from one airline. Oh, really? Oh, Laurie Mess is saying exactly what they do is ban you from one airline. Okay, but they still allow you to fly with other airlines. I feel like if you're banned from one, you should be banned from all. Well, that's not good. They only ban you from one airline. I thought they were. I thought it would just ban you from every. I wasn't sure. I wasn't aware of that, Laurie. Thank you very much for that information. So they ban you from one airline, and we have about 300 in the country. So so you just move on to the next one. Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Cello is talking about the truck driver. He said truck driver sentence lowered to 10 years. Okay, so he's saying the same thing Sip what D was saying. Lowered 10 years after originally receiving 110 years for a fatal crash. So it's not bad. He must be happy tonight. 10 years. Huh?
But everyone was on this case. Even Kim Kardashian was on this case.
Yeah, I spoke
So
about this case a lot too. I felt bad for the guy because he was doing one, but they're not at this point. He's not going to want to touch another truck steering. I don't think so.
oh,
I think at this point it's like find your restaurant to go work at. I think even the bicycle he's not going to want to ride. Let's see. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Okay, yeah, Peaches. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out the rest of it. Like I said, I missed that one, but I'll check. I'll check it out later on. Big up to Cello and Sip with D, for sliding on the information on that one. Thanks, guys. So yeah, see what else you guys are saying. I work for the Department of Aviation. Laugh out loud. So that's exactly what they do. So you see, that's what Laurie's saying. She says she worked for the Department of Aviation. So they only ban you from one airline. So not if you get in trouble on one airline, you don't have to worry. You still have another few hundred airlines to just messing with her. She doesn't get in any trouble.
when
Come
you come
on.
back, sit with me. It's actually a good thing. Why are you eating
What is Sip with D saying? OMG, just from one airline, that's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sip with D. It's same thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's crazy. You think they would just ban you from all the airlines. But at the same time, if you ban them from all the airlines, then it's going to end up in court somehow, right? With all the laws here, somebody's going to end up in court somehow. They're going to say, hey, it didn't affect you, so you shouldn't be able to ban me. But it's affecting everyone in the whole. It's affecting the country in general. You know,
or
yeah,
maybe
Chella, we found out. Sorry about that. Yeah, we
maybe
lost the signal for a second. Sorry about that, but we got it back. What were you saying, Natty?
maybe it will be because maybe if they get banned from like airlines that are kind of like work together, those these things are like some of them are kind of connected, maybe
Sure.
from those.
Okay.
But if it goes in court, then the government has to do something about it.
Yeah, if the cases keep increasing as 2022 arrive, if the cases increase as far as unruly passengers on the airplane, definitely we have to do something better. Yeah, do something bigger. The government might have to step in and say, hey, we have to change how we're doing some of the things. The same way the federal government governed what happened in the skies right now with all the airplanes, they can put new rules in place that all of the airlines have to follow. I mean, we'll just have to deal with it, live with it. Catherine Galvez is also reporting on a truck driver. She said, yes, truck driver will be granted parole eligibility on December 30th, 2026. So what happened to
Five
the,
years.
yeah, in 5 years? That's pretty good. That's good for him, but he's also a green card holder. So after that, the feds are going to pick it up and probably try to deport him. Who knows? We'll see how this thing plays out. It's a damn if you do and damn if you don't situation. It's much better. He's going to be free though. It's better than 110 years in jail. So I'm pretty sure that one is Sean is saying the voucher they gave him was not a lot at all because they even when he give up his seat on the airplane, or when you give up your seat on the airplane, they give you a voucher sometime easily more than that. What are they giving him? You're right. When you give up your seat on the airplane, they do give you more than that. But Sean, you know what it is though? He helped out and they gave him a voucher. So basically, they're just giving him a pat on his back and saying thank you. That's it. There's rules and laws in place for the whole voucher thing when you give up your seat or when they overbook the flights. So there's a difference here. So I think we work with the governing. We don't work where we just say, oh yeah, we're gonna give somebody something and should be happy about it. No, it seems like we have to be governed. We have to be slapped with something, or somebody have to be on our back with something telling us what to do. And that's exactly what happened. The airlines have certain things that they have to do when they give up your flight or they overbook the flights. That's what I know about it. So in this case, they were just being courteous. He's lucky they didn't give him $25. Mm. What else you guys are saying? Sip with D saying crazy. We'll strike again after what? What did she say?
She said crazy. He's calling his woman crazy. We'll strike again another day, another airline to act up.
The act up. So maybe she'll jump on one of the other airline next and strike one more time, and then they'll ban her from that airline, and she can keep doing it. If that's the way it is, if that's the way the rules and the laws are, you know, it's a little wild though. It's a little wild. It's a little wild as far as this is concerned. But when you're doing this stuff, man, I'm telling you, just understand when you guys are flying on these airplanes, just look out for those people. You know, they have a tough job and they don't get paid a lot. So, big ups to them. Let's see what Lightbulb is saying. What is Lightbulb saying, Natty?
You're a pretty smart guy, like a like a mediator. YouTube need you.
Thank you, Lightbulb. I appreciate that. Big up, shout out to Lightbulb on that one. Thank you very much for that. It's very, very kind words, very kind words. I'm coming after it. I'm gonna own the space. So definitely, thank you very much for those kind words. I appreciate that. You know, would you like to say something? I'm here talking to my oldest child that never wants to come on the camera and say anything. Would you like to say something, sir? He's looking at me, just standing here. Believe it? But he doesn't want to say anything. He doesn't want to say a word. He doesn't want to come on camera. I can't understand. What do you guys so most people were saying, as far as the question I was asking, most people were saying tasers. No, most people were saying taser. Most people were saying pepper spray or gun. Wasn't one guy was saying guns.
My cello
Cello
said
was saying gun.
guns,
Yeah, Cello was saying
and
gun.
then pepper spray. But most people were basically just talking no guns.
No guns.
But no one
But
actually like ended up saying it.
so you guys never gave me an answer on whether we should do the tasers or not on airlines. Did most people weren't saying anything. Like they weren't agreeing whether we should have tasers on the airline or not. It's people are afraid of having those things way up in the sky. Mm? So no one gave me Happy New Year's to everyone. Yes, Chilla, appreciate that. This year will be ours. Definitely, definitely. I hope all the dreams come through. What is your big dream that you have for the New Year's? You just tell me you were going to college. That's it. But what else? It must be something bigger.
I want to like travel this year.
Okay. Just make sure you don't get in trouble on the airlines. Okay. Don't be spitting on people. Don't be
No,
don't
I
be
think
punching.
I
Don't be
think I would
punching
actually
people.
like find somewhere else to sit and just go back to the bathroom until they're done.
Don't punch anyone when you're on the airline. Natty. Don't spit on anyone. Be courteous. That goes for everybody. Right? Sip with D said, shout out wifey in the back, laugh out loud. That's Kevin in the back. But he just doesn't want to come on camera. I'm trying to get him to come on camera and say hello. That's what Sip with D is saying. I agree, tasers. Pepper spray, handcuff, some type of restraint, no guns. That's why I'm saying tasers. This is the reason why I'm agreeing with tasers the way to go. Because if we can drop the tasers, I think is the way to go. I think we can control people more with the tasers. Peaches Royal said, I vote yes for the tasers because a bullet in a window or a door will end in disaster. Yes, that would be an airplane on the ground and a lot of dead people. No doubt about it. That's why I say tasers, because those you can control. Those can't penetrate the plastic in the airplanes. The plastic that insulate the airplane on the inside, you don't have to worry about a taser penetrating those. I mean, it can penetrate us as human being, the skin easily, and able to restrain. I think it's a lot better. It's a lot better on the taser. Definitely can't do anything else but the taser. So let's see what else you guys are saying. And that is what they're saying, Natty. The taser is the way to go. They're saying simply the taser is good. No one is agreeing with Chill about the guns. So it's a taser. Hey guys, and yeah,
But they agree with him with the pepper spray.
they agreeing with him with the pepper spray. Yeah, but the pepper spray, I don't think it's going to work as well. And for all you guys that's been keeping up, whoever went out there and signed the petition, for Rohel Aguilera Mereros, shout out to you guys. This guy has, gotten his sentence changed, is what they're saying. I'm going to do some research on that. Not 100% sure, but that's what is being reported here. So that would be great if that's the case, that he's only getting 10 years. That sounds more like it. The humanity in us is coming out again as people. Where no, because for a second I thought there was no humanity, but they're saying it's just the laws in Colorado. That's all that was. That's the reason why the way the laws are written. Look at that. Light bulb says, take some laughing gas and shoot it at them. That's so funny. Okay, light bulb. Laughing gas and shoot it at them. That's an interesting one. I thought. Peaches, thank you very much. She said, great topic and discussion. Keep it coming. YouTube needs some decency. Peaches, we're going to make it happen. Thank you very much for being here, guys. We really appreciate every bit, every one of you guys that had your comment this evening, everyone that joined in this evening. It was a pleasure. You know, we might be laughing at the last part of it here, but it's some part of it is a serious topic. Most of it is a serious topic, you know, because this is our everyday life, you know, because we have to travel and go about our business. Some of us travel for work, and that's the reason why this was just one of the story that came to mind. I'm just like, man, where's our humanity? We have to start doing better. Why do we keep doing these things? Why do we keep repeating the same thing? We keep going over and over. You know, it's not that bad. You know, we should be able to get along with each other. We're put on this earth together. We should be able to share it and get along well. Excuse me. We should be able to share it and get along well with each other. So we need more humanity. We need more people to be out there, you know, spreading more positive vibes. You know, so at least we can have a better world, or at least a better 2022, because we have to start one day at a time. And right now, a day from now, we're gonna be in 2022. Is it almost New Year's in some part of the world yet, or not yet? Not quite. No, not quite. Not quite, because Australia is about 16 hours out, 24 now, so not quite. Yeah, so yeah, we have to speak this into existence and make it happen, guys, and we need to come out here and get it done. Catherine is saying, let's see what Catherine is saying. Catherine is saying that she's agreeing with what, the pepper spray and an uppercut. An uppercut and the pepper spray, that's not bad. I say the pepper spray, not the uppercut. Uppercut from who? You get yourself in trouble. Sip these and laughing out loud, laughing gas. Yeah, that was a funny one. Lightbulb said the truck driver or the trucking company needs charges because 4 people died in the crash. I'm wondering what happened with that trucking company. To be honest, that's a good one, because they're not mentioned, because the whole coverage with the 110 years that the young guy get, that's overcrowd everything. So yeah, definitely. What is Cello saying? Cello is saying, second thoughts, gun will be unsafe in the airplane. Cello, I just think maybe you have an affection for guns, so you're just thinking first thing, hey, let's get the guns going. It might be a good idea, but down here, we need to figure it out down here first, and then we'll be okay. Nothing's wrong with guns, just not 40,000 feet in the air. Um,
Airplanes that are bulletproof.
Airplanes that are bulletproof, it'll be too heavy. Because our airplanes right now are somewhere between 300,000 pounds and 600,000 pounds, especially those A380. They're very heavy. They're closer to 800,000 pounds. So if you're looking at 400-ton, 500-ton airplane, 300-ton airplane, and you make it bulletproof, man, I can't imagine that thing might not be able to fly. You know, it'd be so much more heavy. But let's see what else they're saying.
Sip with D wants you to do
A separate live regarding the full update and what happened with Aguilera Moreras. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, Sipudi. Maybe I'll do that. I'll have to do some research, dig into it, because I would like to know what's exactly going to happen after the 10 years are served. You do have the 10 years. You do have the 5 years that he'll be eligible for parole, like they're saying in the chat. But man, you know, even after the sentence is served, I wonder what's going to happen to him. I guess for now he'll just focus on this, take it one step at a time, baby step. It's a lot better than the 100 years or the 110 years in.
Like they probably would want to deport him, like with
He's
all the support he's been getting from social media and the public, they might be able to stop him from being deported. Even though
he's a Cuban guy, right? He's a Cuban immigrant?
no idea.
No, I think I read something. He was a Cuban immigrant, because, and if you deport him to Cuba, I wonder how they would take it. The government, they would not take it lightly. It's like going back to North Korea. That won't work too well. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Laugh out loud. Try Jalove. Light bulb is saying try Jalove. They mentioned the trucking. They mentioned the truck company. Yes, they sure did. The trucking laws will change now. Well, we'll see how that go. Light bulb. If the trucking laws will change or not. There've been many mistakes along the way, even with getting trucks. That's why people are pushing for the self-driving trucks. They're going to make mistakes too. The computers are not perfect. No, you see all that recall that Tesla is doing on their Model 3 and their Model S, right? Those cars have a tendency to run into things. Um, Lightbulb says 10 years probation. Chella says change his mind.
Like
Oh no, no.
that.
Catherine says Chella changed his mind. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, Catherine. That Chella changed his mind. Jasenia is just showing Jasenia's face. Should be saying something as far as this comment is concerned. All right, guys. Gonna wrap it up. We thank you very much for being here this evening. Have a wonderful rest of the year. Yeah, what are you guys gonna do tomorrow? Tomorrow is the last day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 2022 is the year for big things. I hope for each and every one of you guys. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful night, wonderful week. Thank you guys for being here today. And yeah, like we always say, may we see you the next time. What is, let's see, I can cut this live.